What's up guys, this is a quick draft Duskmourn video. Duskmourn is a very fun format, and I am pretty low on the tier ranking here. You can see I'm in bronze because I have not drafted in a while, but I am very excited to do some quick drafting on Arena, so let's get into it. There's a lot of very cool archetypes here, so let's see. Our pick one rare is Dazzling Theater Prop Room, which is, in my opinion, not a very good rare. You can give your creatures Convoke, or you can untap, effectively give everything Vigilance. I don't think that's very strong, so let's see what we got here. In the Play Booster era, uncommons seem to be pretty powerful. We've got Paranormal Analyst, which I think is only powerful if you have a very synergistic Manifest Dread deck. Dashing Bloodsucker is a pretty solid playable if you have a decent amount of Eerie triggers. 4/5 lifelink for 4 is no joke. Violent Urge, I think this is a pretty decent card. It really wants you to be in an aggro deck, but it's a decent combat trick even if you're not. And Overgrown Zealot, I don't think I've actually seen this card before, but it looks pretty decent. Looks good if you're manifesting Dread and always just a wall plus mana if not. Our commons here, we've got some decent stuff. Meatlocker Drowned Diner is very good if you're playing a late game deck. Most Valuable Slayer is great in an aggro deck. In this case, there's no clear first pick in my opinion. I think I'm kind of tempted here to go with Violent Urge. Aggro seems to be pretty potent in this format, and this being an uncommon, don't think we're going to see that much. And red seems to be a very solid color so far, so let's go with the Violent Urge. See what comes around next. Okay, we got the Optimistic Scavenger, a great card for an Eerie deck. Stay Hidden, Stay Silent is great enchantment-based removal. Patrick Beastie, very solid pick. Oh, and the Sawblade Skin Ripper. So Menace, 2 mana to sack an artifact or creature. Sorry, an enchantment or creature. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. At the beginning of your end step, you can sack, if you sacked one or more permanents, it deals that much damage to any target. This is very solid if you're playing the red-black deck, which I don't think is a top tier deck, but it's up there, relatively up there. In this case, I am kind of interested in staying open here. I'm not seeing any other red cards that want to make me go down the red lane. Boiler Bilge's Ripper is fine, but not anything spectacular. I think I'm just tempted to go with the removal here. Let's see what happens down the road. Alright, what do we got going? We got another Violent Urge. Solid. Greenhouse is not great as an uncommon. Just kind of like a win more card in my opinion. The Rickety Gazebo is okay. Crowd Stomper is a sweet looking card, but you really need to be in a reanimation deck for this to work. I think it really is only effective if you're solidly black-white. And Unable to Scream is another great removal spell, and Glimmer Burst is just amazing value here. Let's see. I'm also looking at this Monstrous Emergence, a great card, but I think here we'll go with the Glimmer Burst and keep moving. I've had a lot of success with this card. Okay, we got in way of red, we can go for the Beastie Beatdown path, Fight Spell in the red-green deck. Hand That Feeds is not very strong. Mana Fixing, always nice. We got some solid green coming to us. The Wary Watchdog, Manifest Dread is decent. Obscure I think is actually pretty decent as well as the Meatlocker. For the sake of staying blue, I think I'm fine being Meatlocker Drowned Diner here. And it looks like we're building this kind of blue, more controlling strategy. So we may not play that Violent Urge after all, but we'll see where the draft takes us. Ooh, Fear of Falling is a great pickup if you're in blue. It's an enchantment, it has flying, it can prevent something else from flying, but more importantly give it -2/-0 until your next turn. Enter the Enigma, I have actually never seen this in play. Again, not super experienced in this format, but let's go for the Fear of Falling. Notably, no white cards at all in this pack. Only one red, only one green. Yeah, it's looking like black and blue are the most open right now. Black looks very open, although These aren't the most spectacular black cards in history. Put this in the 3-drop slot, actually. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, actually, Smoky Lounge and Misty Saloon is a very solid card if you're in the Rooms deck. Another Entity Enigma, Twist Reality. Biomutilator is a decent commitment to black, especially if you want to be in the enchantment deck, or sorry, the reanimate deck. I think Smoky Lounge and Misty Saloon here is a pretty solid pickup, and we may go into the red-blue Rooms deck, which is actually one that I have not yet drafted. Move that over here. Oh, another one. Okay, that is actually pretty sweet. That is very tempting to make me want to go into this red-blue archetype. It's so much value. You get extra mana, and then you can turn it into a creature later. So, very solid. Yeah, nothing super spectacular in this pack from what I'm seeing here. Stocked Researcher is not great, but if you're playing the late game room deck, it's an okay pickup just to have some defense, and I do not mind a Piranha Fly here. I think this card is better than some people have given it credit for. Let's pick up another one. Even if we do not end up in the red-blue Rooms deck, I think it's pretty solid still to be going deep into blue. Never gonna hate on mana fixing here. What a hard choice. And our last pick is a swamp. Alright, pack 2. We got Valgavoth's Lair. Interesting. So this is a pretty cool card. It's an enchantment land. It enters tapped and you choose any color, so it's good mana fixing, but more importantly it triggers Eerie. Unwilling Vessel is pretty decent for the Rooms deck. Norn is actually a card that's impressed me for aggro purposes. Oh, Herbie. My man Herbie got very upset there. In this situation, I think I'm going to go ahead and take Valgavoth's Lair. It's just such a flexible card that allows us the fixing that we want. Okay, in this pack, Fear of Burning Alive is pretty sweet late game action. If we're going into red-blue, that might be kind of nice. Vanish from Sight is also some really solid removal, allowing you to... there needs to be a good word for this. Put a permanent on its owner's choice to put it on the top or bottom, which in this set seems pretty effective. Not a huge fan of Fear of Failed Tests, and some of this other red stuff is looking like more aggro type plans. I'm happy to take the Vanish from Sight here and just continue being blue, see if anything changes. Wow, this Gremlin Tamer is actually really sweet if we go into white. Vengeful Possession don't think it's very great. Some people have told me that they like it a lot. Vanish from Sight, again, pretty awesome. This is tricky because, I mean, with the 2 Smoky Lounge Misty Saloons, I'm very interested in staying Is It, but this Gremlin Tamer is really hard to resist. I think the only other choice here would be a second Vanish from Sight, but I'm willing to speculate on this guy in case we decide to go into white, in case the archetype seems pretty open. Yeah, here, again, it's looking like red is pretty closed off. We've got the double for Piranha Fly pack. We already have 2 of those. Yeah, I'm not super convinced that we want another one. I am happy to go ahead and grab maybe a Shard Mage's Rescue or a Fear of Surveillance, just still speculating on that white path. In which case we would want to convert into a little bit more of a tempo strategy. Not entirely ready to abandon the Is It rooms here, but white-blue is one of the strongest archetypes, it appears. I think there's maybe a marginal advantage to having Shard Mage's Rescue. It's a nice combat trick, it's a instant speed Eerie thing, but I think here Fear of Surveillance, just for the fact that it's an enchantment and a creature, we like that flexibility. Yeah, so in this pack it's seeming like white is decently open. I like Orphans of the Wheat a lot if you're in either red, white, or green, white. Here, if we're going into blue, white, it's a lot less effective. It's much more of an aggro card. I might pick up the Fear of Immobility here. Twist Reality is decent, but actually I think probably the best card is Fear of Imposters. It's been getting some hate because it seems pretty bad to counterspell and let your opponent manifest dread. But the thing about it is it's an enchantment creature that is a 3-mana 3/2 with flash. So worst case scenario, you just don't counter anything, you just flash it in as a blocker or on their end step. You don't have to counter something if you're afraid of the Manifest Dread. Or if late game they play some insane bomb rare, you can say, no, I'll counter that, and you can Manifest Dread, and you're probably happier with that anyway. And the 3-drop slot there. Duskmourn's Domination, I don't know how to feel about this card yet, but I'm interested in playing it. Tunnel Surveyor is actually pretty nice. It's a eerie trigger from the little glimmer that it makes. Paramorphic Expanse also great. I think in this case I'm interested in the Tunnel Surveyor since it's good in our deck and triggers the eerie there. We've seen a couple of Skull Snap Nuisances going around. Seems like blue-black might be pretty open. Bolt Healer is decent. Yeah, it's looking like blue is getting pretty cut in this pack, so we'll take this for now and see how it goes. This is great actually if we're going into blue-white. The Underwater Tunnel Slimy Aquarium is nice, especially if we were in the Rooms deck, but with how cut red has been in this pack, I'm not sure how I feel about that, so we'll take the fixing for now, see how life takes us. And then here, pretty bad pack honestly. I think we're just going to go ahead and take something and move on. Put that on the board, put this guy in the main. We'll grab that. Or just in case, but not a great card. Yeah, we'll take another Piranha Fly, might as well. Recall Healer is fine, and a Plains, sweet. Alright, we have Nashi, Searcher in the Dark. This is a very cool card. When it deals combat damage to a player, you mill that many cards, and you can take legendary or enchantment cards among them and put them into your hand, or give her a counter. Even if we're staying blue-white, I think that might be worth splashing for. It's just so powerful, and we do have the Valgavoth Slayer to help with the splashing. There's nothing in this pack that is making me say we absolutely need it. The Tunnel Surveyor would be nice, another Fear of Imposters is certainly decent, and the Surgical Suite is pretty decent. But I really like Nashi. I'm gonna speculate on this for now, and we'll see where this path takes us. Okay, we got Ethereal Armor is actually very strong in this deck. Unsettling Twins is decent. Creeping Peeper is actually maybe the best card here, allowing us to play our enchantments faster. We have currently, let's see, I want to check on our ability to trigger Eerie, because we have the Cult Healer and the Gremlin Tamer in terms of, and I suppose the Stalked Researcher, although I don't think this is very good. And then we do have a decent amount of enchantment, so I'm not super worried about triggering Eerie. I think the Creeping Peeper here is just the right pickup, probably, allowing us to play those enchantments faster. This seems like a relatively low power draft so far, but that's what happens. Glimmer Burst is fantastic in this deck. I'm happy to pick up another one. I think we have enough removal. We have Vanish from Sight, Meat Locker. Technically, this is counter removal. And the Stay Hidden, Stay Silent. Yeah, I mean, Glimmer Burst is just so powerful here. I think it's worth picking up over the removal there. And there's another Meat Locker anyway. Orphans of the Weed, again, great, but I don't think exactly what we're looking for. We'll take the Meat Locker. Okay, Unwanted Remake. I do not think this card is very good. I've seen some people playing it, but I think that's probably wrong. Yeah, here, I mean, marginal difference between Piranha Fly and Cease from Slumber. I don't think I need a playset of Piranha Flies, though. And nothing else in this pack is really popping out to me. So we'll grab that. I've seen a lot of Violent Urges going around. The Skull Crab. I love this card so much. This is really effective if you have a reanimation package, which we do not, unfortunately. I don't think I mind taking an Enter the Enigma here. I don't think it's going to make that huge of a difference in our deck, but it's nice with things like Nashi. Yeah, it's decent. The fact that it cantrips for 1 mana is pretty solid. Okay, here we got, maybe take this Neglected Manor, to be honest. The Underwater Tunnel is a solid card for sure. Got a lot of value, but I'm really interested in playing this Nashi. She seems very, very powerful. Let's see, we've got Valgavoss, Neglected Manor. Do we have enough playables here? We've got 1, 2, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We could technically play these. They become a lot less powerful if you don't have the Smoky Lounge side. We'll take this and see if we can play Nashi. Violent Urge out here. Yeah, the Creeping Peeper is again great. The Acrobatic Cheerleaders are pretty solid, but only in the aggro deck, which we are not exactly doing that. Another Tunnel Surveyor here is actually amazing. That is very helpful for our deck. And another Smoky Lounge Misty Saloon. The algorithm does not like this card. We'll take it. Alright, it's looking like this might be the end of our deck here. Let's play a game. We'll take Friendly Teddy just in case, and an island. Alright. So I don't think this is the most powerful deck in the world, and we probably could have done better. I think that we were maybe not in the best seat here. That red-blue deck was very tempting, but then we didn't see too much more powerful red stuff. Not too many powerful finishers either. I think we also got a little bit unlucky on our rares. Pack 1 was unplayable, Pack 2 was a land, and Pack 3 was Nashi, which is admittedly decent, but a splash for us. So let's go ahead and start throwing some stuff in here. Don't think the Apparition is very good, even in the Eerie deck. It's decent in the red-blue deck, but even there, it's like not a star. So we're definitely very heavy blue, which I like to see when I'm splashing for something like Nashi. How many cards we've got here? We have 1, 2, 3, let's count the lands. Is this 17 already? It is 17 lands. Ooh, we're actually at the point where we need to add one card. We are at 39 out of 40. Let's see here. Yeah, this draft was a little bit rough. Might have wanted to pivot into black at some point just because it seemed very open. How many rooms do we actually have? 1, 2. Yeah, probably not worth just playing for the Misty Saloon. We could play Jeskai and splash all 3 of those, but that seems kind of crazy to me. Fear failed tests. Again, showing my lack of expertise here. I'm sure a lot of you have felt similarly to I have right now. Let's take a look at how this deck would look if we decided to craft it like this instead. So we could take out, or actually in this case we might just splash for the Gremlin Tamer here. Something like this. Keep the removal there. And I mean, this doesn't look awful, to be honest with you. Gremlin Tamer is a pretty solid splash in a deck with so many enchantments going on. I'm interested in trying this, actually. I don't think this is the worst card if you're in a controlling deck. Yeah, I think that we've kind of built a pretty jank deck here, to be honest. But I think we have a decent amount of fixing for it. And this land distribution, what we want here, let's find out. Yeah, that seems okay to me. Might not be worth splashing for the Violent Urge, actually. I'm not the hugest fan of this card in a non-aggro deck. I think we can bring this Doctor Researcher back in here. We've got only 12 creatures, which is a little bit underwhelming, but the fact that this guy creates a creature as well, and they'll get exponentially larger, and then we have a way to dig through our deck with the Drown Diner. And we've got some of these top-end guys to help us out, as well as card draw from Gloomreverse to get there. I think this deck is not very powerful, but I am excited to see where it goes, so let's give it a shot. Alright, we are against Half Leaf. What happened to your other half, buddy? Okay, this is a pretty rough hand. The difficulty of of the splash. Yeah, this one's tricky too. I think we can probably make this work. If we don't get to cast the Smoky Lounge early, that's not a huge problem because we have 2 pieces of removal that we can cast as soon as we hit our 3rd land, and then Stocked Researcher is also pretty solid with a bunch of runes in our hand, so we'll go ahead and keep this. And I think it's tough because I really do want to keep this. I think we can pitch the Piranha Fly here. I don't think it's doing much for our hand. Let's say hello as well. Okay, island pass. And if we draw any land within the next couple turns, especially a mountain would be amazing. But let's go for Stocked Researcher here. This unfortunately is not one of the defenders that has Vigilance. Okay, the worst land we could have drawn, but it's still something. We'll go ahead and pass here. We're playing control, there's no reason to go crazy and try to drop a Meat Locker for no reason. Yeah, that's a good target. Ooh, Tunnel Surveyor is pretty solid here as well. In this case, I don't think that we need to go ahead and do that. We can just drop this Meat Locker, stun that guy for some value, and hit him with the Stocked Researcher. Probably like, why are they playing Stocked Researcher? This card is horrible. You would not be wrong. My computer is going into overdrive right now. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's kind of wild. Oh, Glasswork. I love this card. Just powerful removal plus a little ping at the end step if you need something to do with your mana. Okay, this turn we will go Tunnel Surveyor. Again, we are just praying for more lands here. Anything except the plains would be amazing. Fear of Imposters, it'll get us up to our Drowned Diner here and here. If we get a mountain, then we can go crazy with pumping things up. No dice, but that's okay. I think we can just be chilling here. Probably just drop another one of these. Will give us the ability to double block the Cackling Slasher and single block the Resurrected Cultist the most logically if we do it like this. Yeah, if he has a combat trick, let him use it. If not, we'll just trade. Sure. The problem with this thing is, since it has Death Touch, it makes it pretty difficult to like triple block. We're just getting screwed here on not finding our lands. We've got the Meat Locker to tap this bad boy down. We're just buying time here until we hit our land drops, and then I think we'll be in a much more comfortable position later in the game. The double Winter's Intervention Giga Chad. And we've got the Splash for green. That's pretty cool. Let's see what he's got. You've got a Jund gamer over here. Derelict Attic. Draw 2, lose 2. When it attacks alone, it gets +1 in Death Touch. Wow, very solid card. I have not played against this one yet, I don't believe. I'm just loving this field. You can turn the TVs on and off. I'm pretty sure when you play a thing that triggers Eerie, these TVs flash like red. Very sweet. Still no land for us. We're only taking 4 next turn. I'm okay doing this and going Stay Hidden, Stay Silent or Glimmer Burst next turn if we draw a land. That'll give us some triggers off the Gremlin Tamer. We will declare no blocks. It's okay to take 4 here. How much more removal you got, my dude? Oh, are we just unlocking the... Yeah, we sure are. So I'll be taking 1 at the end step. Maybe he is flooding out here? Yeah, I'm very tempted for the card draw here, but the thing is if we don't hit a land, that would kind of suck, especially if we didn't hit an island. I think I just kind of want to stay hidden, stay silent the Cackling Slasher and get our Eerie trigger. If he has removal in response, it's going to be kind of a blowout. But that's Magic, baby. This is the risk we take by playing a game system that has lands. There we go, we got the flash, the red flash. And we'll go ahead and swing with this because we're not blocking with it anyway. Your turn, Half Leaf. Let's see if you were actually flooding or not. Wow. Just 4 removal spells. We'll block that. I do not mind if he wants to return it to his hand. Or to the battlefield. Ooh, big boy. See, it's times like this where you wish that you had a Fear of Imposters, right? Let's go ahead and get a draw. Yeah, I think this game is pretty much over. Only drawing 1 land throughout the whole game really messed us up there. Deadhead Beastie! I'm such a big fan of the pun here. The biggest head, the bettest head, a literal bet on his head. Yeah, that's game for us. It's Daffo! Daffo, welcome to the party, getting your shout out. Alright, this hand I believe is going to be keepable. It kind of sucks that we don't have white. I'm happy that we have the red and blue, and we've got a decent curve of Creeping Peeper into Meat Locker, which especially on the draw is pretty solid because this will allow us to react a little bit better. Alright, we got some mountains. Let's reorganize here. Actually, I kind of want to play the Piranha Fly. I have no plans to use the Creeping Peeper next turn, so might as well get this down. That way we can get it untapped ASAP. Maybe start hitting for some damage. Oh, did he miss his land drop? He went first, right? Am I crazy? Oh, buddy, I hope you did not miss your land drop. That would suck. Alright, let's play our land. Go to combat. We'll just go ahead and play the Peeper. Such a cutie pie. Little spider with a giant eyeball. And yet the type is just Eye. So either this guy is just top decking straight lands, or somehow he like crazily missed his land drop before. Man, if only this was something I could tap for multiple colors. I think here we'll just go Meat Locker, stun that down. Seems like he's now the one who's a little bit behind, which is going to allow us to be the aggressor a little bit more until he does something truly crazy. And next turn we'll be able to go ahead and get the Drowned Diner. Thought about doing that this turn, but I feel like trying to be a little bit more aggro here might be the play. Interesting, I have not seen this card before. Oh, very cool actually. Okay, let's start by unlocking this. See if, well, it's gonna try to hit a plains, but I don't think it's gonna matter that much. We can always pitch our island if we have to. Unlock this bad boy. Keep the Creeping Peeper open. Ooh. And here we're gonna keep that island. I'm tempted to discard one of these white cards, but they're both white strong if we do draw a plains. I don't think this Piranha Fly is going to do that much for us, so let's pitch that. That's some nice mood lighting over here. I don't know why I get the like sexy mood lighting and my man just gets like static TVs. Feel kind of bad. Yeah, so this is going to make a big spirit when he unlocks all these rooms after it dies. Pretty solid. Next turn we might go Smoky Lounge and hold up the Fear of Imposters. If we draw a Plains, we might play the Glimmer Burst after a Gremlin Tamer or something. I'm fine declaring no blocks here. Oh, I totally forgot about that trigger. That's rough. That is totally my bad. Yeah, we're gonna get punished for that misplay, for sure. This is one of the things I really love about Limited, is it just truly rewards like knowledge of the cards, and small mistakes like that can be really punishing. So we truly may have lost the game on the spot just by virtue of forgetting how this works and not reading it clearly enough. Which I guess some people see as a bug. I think it's kind of a feature of a fan. Yeah, we'll go Smoky Lounge. And we're gonna pass the turn here. We can flash this in to be a blocker on the face down card that he's got. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. See what his plans are. I'm fine trading with the Unwilling Vessel here. He's gonna make a 2/2 with flying. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, we are in pretty rough shape since we let that Ghostly Key Bearer through instead of jumping. So see, this is the moment where you question, like, is it worth countering here? I think in this spot, because every creature that we have in our hand has 2 toughness, and this is going to be a 2/7, we got to counter that and let him manifest Dread. He's manifesting. Oh, this is a thinker, okay. You can always tell if they've been a creature, then they probably had 2 creatures there, right? He did not been a creature here, so that gives me the vibe that this is probably not a creature, or else he would have done it immediately. Yeah, so here this is not going to matter because all his rooms are unlocked. In this situation, I think I'm fine to double block the face down card. Just try to regain a little bit of board presence here. And then we've got this as a blocker next turn as needed. If we can draw a white, then we'll definitely be cooking a lot harder. Oh wow, that was a Zimone. Okay. Very cool. Alright, we have mana now. This is exciting. So this is going to make a flyer that is currently a 4/4 if we unlock this. We'll consider unlocking some more stuff first is the thing. So we currently have 4 + 8 mana. It'll be 4 to unlock this. We could actually just unlock twice and have a 4/4 and a 5/5 flyer, which does seem very appealing. We could Glimmer Burst. We could unlock this Smoky Lounge first and not the Misty Saloon to get a 5/5 and then subsequently a even larger creature next turn. I think the correct tempo play here may be just unlock this bad boy, then to unlock bad boy, and then go ahead and pass to our friend over here. Card is very powerful. I haven't gotten the chance to play with it before, but I'm very happy that we have 3 of them. You can really stack up a bunch of rooms, especially if you play this in the control style, where if you find the rare that lets you win the game on the spot, if you have 8 unlocked rooms, that the other side can, I believe, fetch you a room, or might be combining 2 of the different room cards here, but if you have all the pieces in that deck, It feels very, very strong because you can either have the win con of a bunch of gigantic flying dudes, or you can just use them as blockers and then play the thing that just wins you the game on your upkeep. Interesting. I've not seen somebody actually have much success playing Greenhouse Rickety Gazebo. I think the Gazebo is decent, which is why I'm surprised that he played the Greenhouse unless he's trying to play something that requires color that he does not have right now. Could have also included this card just because he has some synergy with things like this. And he's got a Haunted Screen, so this is giving me more vibes that he is trying to mana fix for something. I think this format is pretty decent for if you are interested in splashing. And ooh, he's clobbering me. We've been clobbered, boys. Still not drawing the lands we want. We could go ahead and unlock this. I'm going to start with a Glimmer Burst. Find out what we draw. Okay, and we got another Misty Saloon. That is pretty dope. Yeah, I mean, we can really do some pressuring here. So we've got 6 mana total. I'm tempted to actually unlock the Smoky Lounge and unlock the Meat Locker. Next turn, we will have just a crazy amount of mana. Maybe unlock this one first since it's already on the battlefield. Not sure if there's a correct way to play that. Yeah, so we'll start with the Meat Locker. I'm interested in tapping the Unwilling Vessel. This will... Yeah, this is in our first main phase. Okay, so we'll unlock this first. Yeah. Then we'll go to combat. We're just going to swing with this guy. See if he is interested in blocking with his Keybearer. He is not. And then if he unlocks this, yeah, that's not that big of an issue. So we will go ahead and unlock the Meat Locker and just slow down his aggression. I'm happy to put that on the Unwilling Vessel so he cannot make a big boy. And now if he wants to swing out, we can always trump in the air with the Piranha Fly, or we can trade with the face down card. This Glimmer is just amazing against the Wary Watchdog. And we will continue the pressure in the air next turn with our Misty Saloon. The alternative line here that I was considering is we could just go ahead and make a giant flyer. My concern with doing that is I don't want to be trying to pressure too hard and just play into a bunch of removal right now. Because if he removes our one big threat and then starts swinging out, he may get us on the back foot in a way that we can't recover from. Okay, that's an interesting play. It's giving me the sense that he may have the ability to flip this, or that he's just okay with trading for my Piranha Fly. I'm surprised that he's not attacking with the Ghostly Keybearer. Maybe he's considering using it as a blocker. He does have 4 mana up right now. So I'm fine with blocking this, and this may be a chump. If it is, it's going to prevent him from unlocking his room that we do know about. So, okay, we'll just trade. Okay. So why did it take you so long to think of what you were going to do then when you were deciding between this and the Meat Locker? Unless that was a Gigabrain bluff that we were unaware of, in which case, props to you, bud. Yeah, we probably should have just discarded one of these earlier. I don't know, holding onto them for value felt really nice, but the fact that we're trapped here does not feel that nice. We are working with, wow, 12 mana. So we could use 5 of it to unlock this, +4 +3, or +3 +3. Let's just go ahead and start with the unlock here. See what we draw. And this is why Meat Locker Drowned Diner is just such a powerful late game card. You slow your opponent down with the Meat Locker, and then the Drowned Diner goes crazy. Okay, I think I'm happy to discard this mountain. We have finally hit our plains, which means we can go with the remaining 8 mana that we have. We can Gremlin Tamer into this, or we can we could Gremlin Tamer into Tunnel Surveyor into Smoky Lounge, which I think might actually be pretty decent here. Let's do that. So first Gremlin Tamer, then we'll do Smoky Lounge. Guys, like, why does he have so many Smoky Lounges? And now we will go to combat. We will swing our flyer at him. And maybe he has a trick here, or maybe he is chumping. We will find out soon. That's fine with me. And now we will play our Tunnel Surveyor. And we have our Seize from Slumber for next turn. We have a gigantic board that he's got to be concerned about. And we have the ability to unlock and get a humongous flyer of our own, which will actually be an 8/8, as crazy as that is. Fear of Failed Test is also an excellent blocker for even the Haunted Screen, if that's what he's going to spend his whole turn doing right now. I don't believe this is going to have Trample. Yeah, and with Gremlin Tamer, we've effectively like hard countered this as an attacker. Could do it right now, but it's going to be tapped, and I believe, yeah, he could just pass and have that up. Oh, okay, we got Tyvar. This can give his creatures all a nice buff. They'll all get, ooh, +5/+5. That is a solid lethal threat next turn. Depending on what happens here, we also may have lethal. Did you think you could activate this right now? I hope not. Yeah, he's gonna unlock that room. That's brutal. I'm sorry, bud. What a grindy game this has turned into, huh? There we go. I am still so confused why he did not play a land on turn 2. I guess he must have kept a 1-lander and got super lucky, or he just like hit the pass through turn button on accident. You're a normal analyst. Yeah, pretty neat card. Ooh, Fear of Flying is a very solid pickup here. Okay, so what's the play? If we let him untap with Tyvar, I think we just lose on the spot, right? He's got nothing in hand except an island. Is there a way that we have lethal here is the question, right? So I don't think so. If we were to destroy, say, Tyvar and then go swinging with the whole team, he'd still be able to block 2 of our things, which only gets us 4 through. So I think the right play here is probably unlock the Misty Saloon, and then that'll leave us with, so we've got 4, 3, 1 is going to be 8 total. So we can play probably the Fear of Falling and the Seize from Slumber. Well, actually, I really do need to play this turn on Tyvar, so I will go ahead and unlock this with the gajillion mana that we have. Trigger our Gremlin Tamer. And then, unfortunately, we do need to go ahead and kill Tyvar. Can't have everything. What is he holding mana for is the question. Oh! Oh no, I forgot that's how that works. Okay, that is pretty rough. So now let's see, if we attack with a bunch of things, we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers plus this next turn. If he draws removal, we're dead anyway. Sorry, 5 blockers. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can attack here, and we can attack here. And we'll hold off for now. If he draws removal, that would be very problematic for us. Now fortunately we do have lethal next turn via Fear of Falling, killing Ghostly Keybearer. Or not killing, but knocking it to the ground. We just need to make sure that we don't trade with the Unwilling Vessel and give him an additional flyer. And again, gonna depend on whether he kills us right now. I'm not sure what he's doing unless he has a removal spell for our flyer, because you can't really swing out right now. The sorcery speed? Yeah, so you could do that at instant speed, which is why I'm a little bit surprised there. Okay, maybe doing some math. He's got something in his hand, right? It's holding priority on his end. Okay, the Unwilling Vessel's coming at us, and the Ghostly Keybearer, and the Weary Watchdog. So let's see, he could have this thing that gives +2/+2 and trample, so if he gives that to one of these two, that's 10 total attack power, so we want to block 2 into each of those. Will that leave us with any sort of lethal for next turn? I don't think so, unfortunately. Block like that, in which case we would go to 1 if he has that card. Yeah, it's a tough situation for us because Tyvar is really messing us up here. Yeah, I think we gotta do that just to be safe. I think we're cooked here. By virtue of Tyvar, but we will do our best to survive. We have, unfortunately, exactly 9 mana, which prevents us from double spelling with these two. Tyvar is going to give everything +3/+3 next turn, so I think this is actually a decent play, but the Fear of Falling seems slightly better to me, just in the sense that we can have a big flyer on the board, so we can play that and the Creeping Peeper. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, we'll just flood the board here. The amount of misplays I have made in this game is just absolutely staggering. But hey, happens to all of us. He could animate the Haunted Scream this turn if he wanted to stall out. Okay, that seems like a decent play. Seems like a decent draw. What are you doing, Daffo? Gonna give everything +4/+4. The Grasping Longneck having reach is so annoying. time for our man to do some math. We could let one of those hit us. Very annoying that the Unwilling Vessel has Vigilance, huh? He's got 3 blockers. Fear of Falling will be nice. We can minus on the Grasping Longneck if we had to. And Fear of Failed Testis is decent. We block here and we block here. Then we'll go to 4. But I think that's actually okay for us. These are the complex math draft situations that will go crazy for when you're a drafter. Okay, so we do get to draw again. I'm not sure who we are going to give this to. Tempted to, so if we swing with the Fear of Falling, I can minus the Grasping Longneck, and he would only be able to block with that. He doesn't have the mana. The next turn everything will get +3/+3. We would have this, +1, 2, 3, or yeah, so we can only give this to the Fear of Falling anyway. Actually, you know, it might be worth saving this. Let's start by going to combat. We'll swing with this. We will minus the Grasping Longneck. See how he'd like to respond. The thing about this is Fear of Failed Test is just so good with Enter the Enigma that I kind of don't want to drop this right now, because I think that we can survive another turn, unless he does something nutty. We will have 5 blockers. Okay. I am fine with that. Let's go Fear of Failed Tests, get our Gremlin Tamer trigger. Did my dude put a stop at like every single moment of this game? Like, why is he like on a stop with 2 islands? We'll do the same just to make him freak out. Got a lot of solid players down here in bronze, huh? Now if he wants to activate this, he can, but then he won't be able to activate Tyvar on the same turn, which means he can't really swing very effectively with anything except the Unwilling Vessel and the Haunted Screen itself. And that is perfectly fine with me. We are hopefully going to get 2 draws here to see what we're working with. If we get an enchantment, then I'd feel pretty comfortable swinging with the Fear of Failed Test to draw 2 more. He was really thinking on this one. Get these eyeballs out of here. Okay, we're going for the activation of Tyvar. Got some big boys. Okay, I'm not sure why you played that pre-combat, but that's fine with me. And if you swing out here, I mean, we've got a decent blocker situation. Okay. Interesting. He wants to keep Tyvar back. So, of course, we've got to block all of these. I think, not sure how much the Creeping Peeper is doing for us, but I'm going to keep it just in case we need the extra mana next turn if we were drawing a bunch of cards. We'll chump like that, block like that. We could consider trading We could trade the Peeper for the Watchdog by double blocking with the Fear of Failed tests. I don't really want him to get the Surveil, and I kind of want to have another creature on the board. So let's do this. I think I'm fine with just this. And now we pray for some good draws. Now the nice thing about our Fear of Falling is we can knock the Ghostly Keykeeper out of the air. Okay, not the best draw. Let's see what else we get here. We're gonna have to get something good because he has lethal next turn if we do not. But this is pretty nice. This allows us a couple extra draws here for a sec. Okay, not awesome. This is pretty much meaning we are cooked unless this Fear of Failed test draws us something dope. Yeah, I mean, we could technically survive triggering a Gremlin Tamer with this is the thing, but it's not going to be a pleasant survival. We really need to get ahead on cards if we have a chance of getting out of this. Okay. Okay. So we'll get 2 Eerie triggers. I think we'll just make this another white, yeah. And then we can stay hidden, stay silent, and actually shuffle Tyvar, which is pretty nice. Shuffle up. Oh, dang. Yeah, I miscounted my mana. No, I'm good. I did not. We're good. Yeah, we will do that. And then, unfortunately, we do have to do this as a sorcery. Oh well. But yeah, that is a very solid turn for us, actually. Bro, why do you have a stop for your one island? Oh, it's not the stop, it's the indestructible, isn't it? That's what I'm thinking of here. And let's activate this. We will manifest that bad boy. Okay, we are in much better shape now that we've gotten rid of the Tyvar. He has some crazy draws. That may change, but let's wait and see. What a grind. It has been like 30 minutes long. I am fine with that. So now our Fear of Falling becomes a really big threat for him. On its screen coming at me? Sure. And the Unwilling Vessel. Let's think, do we need to block the Unwilling Vessel, or do we have a way to get lethal on the Crackback? And the thing is, I really do not want him ever flipping, or letting the Unwilling Vessel die and having a following untap. So that massive flyer is going to be a huge problem for us. If we swing out next turn, we've got a... yeah, only 5 would get through. Okay. I think then here, we're actually counterintuitively going to dump one of these here, and then the Creeping Peeper here. That way we have another chumper next time in case we need to chump the Unwilling Vessel. Oh, these draws. These draws, man. Yeah, it's a sticky situation here. I do think I need to swing with the Fear of Falling. We really got to start pushing if we ever want to stand a chance at winning this game. We're not technically dead next turn. We'll knock this down. We'll hit him in the air. We do have our face down guy for surprises. We'll play some stops, and then we'll end the turn there. Some nice bluff stops. It's crazy how we have access to like 16 mana or something every turn. Yeah, 17 actually now, and we're unable to use any of it. This is the 20 mana pool speedrun challenge. Ugh. Another one of these guys. Ooh. Oh, what a draw. Oh, that's really gross of the key bearer. This is what we misplayed to earlier, is forgetting that he was gonna get the other side of the gem. Alright, let's see how he wants to attack us. Just the Haunted Screen. And the Unwilling Vessel. And the Watchdog, huh? Really wanting that Surveil? Is there a way we win next turn? Well, he's gonna have 4 blockers, so it looks like the answer is no. Man, it's crazy that you swung with the Wary Watchdog. It's blowing my mind right now. I mean, if you want the Surveil that badly, I guess have the Surveil. We could honestly let the Unwilling Vessel hit us. Really don't want to. I hate chumping so much. But effectively a 2-hit KO from that thing anyway, so it's not that big of a difference. Good draw. Ooh, excellent draw. That is incredible. Okay, let's go ahead and Glimmer Burst. Why did it take all of our red? I guess these are the only red cards in our deck actually, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, this is kind of phenomenal actually. Now the trick is, do we swing with the Fear of Falling? It's tough, right? Because he could, he might block with the other one. Seems unlikely. I think he'd probably go to 2. We could even attack with the Fear of Failed Tests, but I don't want him to flip the Unwilling Vessel, so yeah, actually that's a pretty bad idea. But we're gonna have 3 more blockers on the board after this. Let's go ahead and do this. We will doink one of his guys, see if he wants to block with the other one. And he does, okay. I am fine with that if you want to block like that, my man. Oh, now he's reading his thing. He's like, oh wait, I can get a big creature though. Okay, nice. Nice. And now we hit a land, we put our bluff stops because we keep drawing freaking lands. And we get hella glimmers and hope that he does not find a way to have trample. And now we have some very decent blocks for anything except the Unwilling Vessel. But we still have a boatload of 1/1s to be chumping with. And now that he blocked, we are effectively for sure getting through with the Fear of Falling, unless he has a way of removing it. The single Fear of Falling has just been putting in so much work, it's crazy. I do believe he's gonna Yeah, he's gonna get the trigger off the Paranormal Analyst, which is really powerful. Let's see what he gets. I believe we get to see it, right? Oh, okay, it's an island. That gives me the vibe this probably wasn't very good. Or I guess maybe it was a creature, who knows? He did it a little bit quick, so that might indicate something, but it's kind of hard to tell. And he is swinging out, wow. So what could he have that is causing him to swing out, huh? Could be the trample thing. In which case we'd be dead to the haunted screen unless we block it with fear failed tests. Wow, I am shocked that he is letting us trade with these unless he's got something up his sleeve. So we could block... I mean, this might just be a panic attack. Not a panic attack, but like, you know what I mean. We could do this. I mean, that seems pretty strong. I don't want to trump my fear of failed tests, but also, is it worth the risk of just losing on the spot if we put a Glimmer in front of it, you know? And the fear of failed test is not really doing much attacking otherwise. Yeah, let's do it. We'll take 2 of his creatures out. It's a tricky one. Again, it's just that huge draft brain, draft chaff. Oh, he did have it. Yep, he found the line. Wow, good for us for playing around it though. What a game. That was, I wonder how many turns that was. That was crazy. And really just us top decking so many lands there. That was a good game though. We've got Sayador, a silver medalist. Oh man. I hate keeping monocolor hands, but considering so much of our deck is blue and we've just got a hand packed full of blue bangers, I think we give this one a shot. We can go Creeping Peeper into anything in our hand except for Glimmer Burst, which is really nuts. And that's even if we don't draw another land. Let's do the Peepster. We're peeping. He's got a bear trap. That's into us, okay. Yeah, I think here we just swing Peeps. This is not truly Peeps, this is baby Peeps. We all know the OG, the legend himself, Giga Peeps. He's gonna Swamp Cycle, sure. We will consider flashing this in. Depends on what he's gonna cast. I don't really foresee us needing to counter something, so we may even just flash it on the end step for tempo. Unless he's got some like crazy play here. Yeah, that is 100% fine with me. And I think we're just the aggro deck now. Oh, that is kind of annoying, but oh well. Just make sure. Yeah, I'm so used to playing Modern with free spells. Solid. Here we can actually go. Don't really want to stay hidden, stay silent that thing. We could probably just Fear of Imposters swing and then attack with Glimmer Burst. Probably our best bet here. We could just actually yeah, we might want to do the Drowned Diner. Let's start by swinging. Okay. Let's do the Drowned Diner, that's a very powerful play. Okay, no access to our white mana here. So we'll be at 5. Do we want a land? Is Stalked Researcher going to do much for us here is my question. We do have a decent hand for the Stalked Researcher, actually. I really want to make sure we hit our 6th land drop. I think we can pitch the mountain here. I may be a madman for doing that, but we have 2 more draws to find our 6th land. The next turn we can either Glimmer Burst, we can go one of our 2 drops and then a Tunnel Surveyor or unlock the Meat Locker. He may just go ahead and reanimate this thing, which would not be that bad because we can just stay hidden, stay silent, and pitch something, or Meat Locker it. If he wants to spend his entire turn reanimating a thing that we can just kill or tap down, that's fine with me. Pretty sweet card though. Alright. No problemo. We could vanish it, that's kind of mean. That might actually be the right play. I'm actually really tempted to do that and pitch our Stalked Researcher. It's probably still correct to stay hidden, stay silent it, and then Glimmer Burst. Yeah, I'll do that. Make sure we tap this guy. We'll resolve, pitch this thing that we don't care that much about, and go swing it. And now we've got our Glimmer Burst and our Vanish from Side Up. Looking solid. It's Bashful Beastie. Yeah, here I'm imagining that we're just gonna Glimmer Burst, and then we can always Vanish from Sight that thing next turn. We are swinging for 12, which is pretty nice. Oh, double Piranha Fly, that's gross. Yeah, let's go ahead and vanish this. Holding priority. I'm not sure if that's just the probably pitch that, right? Yeah, we do not need that. This deck is just so annoying. Just like constantly bouncing everything. Then we get the Piranha Fly out here. It is looking pretty grim for our friend. We have on-board removal and a massive board set out here. I don't know why he would top that. Doesn't that just almost assuredly lose? I guess he can Bear Traps. Oh, okay. Did not see that coming. That's pretty cool. So if he gets Delirium, these things get bigger. Nice. And sure. Wow, powerful cards here. So now the question is, do we go turbo aggro mode? Do we we could stun that thing, we could just get this bad boy online. We could get a Tunnel Surveyor out. We have 7 total mana. We could just Smoky Lounge and Misty Saloon in the same turn, and I think I'm perfectly fine with that. And then stun the Bashful Beastie. He's in pretty rough shape, and he can't truly animate his Haunted Screen in the way that he probably wants to. Let's go ahead and unlock this, and then I think we'll We'll go to combat. Try not to rope here. I don't know if it's correct to play the Tunnel Surveyor or the Meat Locker in this situation. Because the Meat Locker does give us an extra door. But I think the flying body here is just so relevant. So maybe we go ahead and swing with the Piranha Fly. See how he wants to block that. Probably just chump it. Sure, we'll trade there. And then I will go ahead and make my 3/3. And we may just be able to grind him out here in the air with Piranha Flies and such. Yep. Bear trap my dude. Delaying his beastie. Ooh. That's a nice draw. So we'll go Gremlin Tamer into Tunnel Surveyor into Meat Locker. We don't have enough mana. Okay. Oh, we do. What am I saying? Of course we do. We can actually unlock this first then. The thing is, I don't even know if I want to do that, just based on the fact that he has a Bashful Beastie in his hand. Or, what do I call it? Yeah, Bashful Beastie. So maybe we're just gonna go Gremlin Tamer Tunnel Surveyor here and just fill the board, flood it out a little bit. That seems decent to me. Now, board wipe here would very much hurt. Yeah, and next turn, if he does not have multiple blockers, he's kind of cooked. Sorry, more than 2 is what I'm saying, because at most he'll be able to block 4 of the damage coming through. Then I'll have 5 more in his face and go to 1. Then the turn after that will be very difficult. Okay, we got the beastie. You gonna attack? Another peep. The peepiest boy. Okay, we will unlock this. Get a thingy. And then I think we just swing with everything, right? He can block 2 of it. Or sorry, he can block 4 of it total and go to 1. If that's what he wants to do. Either way, our Piranha Fly will kill him next turn if he doesn't have a flyer or a way to remove it. And he says, good game. Oh. He saying that he's about to win, or is he conceding to us, is my question. Alright. Don't have a board wipe. Oh, that's cool. Love that card. And that is going to be game there. This does not have lifelink, right? This does not have lifelink? Yeah. So we just swing all the homies. GG! Yeah, you can definitely feel how clumsy this deck is, though. Right, I think that we got a little bit sidetracked in our drafting. We got so excited by the Misty Saloons, putting us down this red-blue path. Then red got pretty cut off, and we didn't see too much more room synergy after that, and we started going down this tempting like blue-white, blue-black type thing. I think I gotta learn to resist my temptations there a little bit. Okay, this hand does not look keepable to me. We are on the draw. This hand is even less keepable. That is pretty rough to go to 5. Okay, it's a 5 we can work with. So I think we'll toss this and an island. We'll go turn 1 Abandoned Campground, turn 2 Piranha Fly, and at least we have all of our colors, and at least we are gonna draw an extra card. Ooh, a turn 1 play is pretty rough for us though. An innocuous rat. Love that card. It's like, oh me? I'm just a little rat. Grave Imposter is a very solid blocker for the rat next turn. Not great for Fear of Lost Teeth because they'll actually trade. We'll go to combat. He is holding up some kind of removal, and he is a mono black gamer, it seems. Yeah, you can murder that, I don't care. I do not care about taking 1 extra damage from this rat. I would rather hold up the Fear of Imposters. What is this? Popular Egotist. Huh. Yeah, I'll let that resolve. Not seen this guy yet. We'll see if he wants to trade. I'm happy with it if he does. Cool. And he missed his land drop last turn, so something is going on there. Glimmerburst is going to be very strong against the Fear of Lost Teeth here. We'll go ahead and do that. There is our Smoky Lounge Misty Saloon. They'll ping us. Cool, cool. And we will go Smoky Lounge. Keeping Keeper. Just love this guy so much. So freaking adorable. Hit me with that rat. Okay, he has found his other color. He's a red gamer. Ooh, exciting. Oh, and he's got the rat synergy here. Pretty dope. Okay, we're working with 7 here. We'll use 4 on that, and maybe the other 3 on the Tunnel Surveyor. We actually have 8 if we're using the Peeper. So I might go ahead and unlock it and then vanish from sight something here if he tries to sack this. Or we could even Glimmer Burst. We're gonna know the right play. I think just the tempo advantage of going ahead with the unlock and holding up vanish from sight, very nice. And then just bouncing this Skin Ripper seems really, really good. See what he wants to do here. We will pass to blockers. I'm gonna go ahead and vanish it now. See how he'd like to respond. Ooh, nice. That's a welcome sight. Wild Crypt. Interesting. We got back the Popular Egotist? Sure. Okay, we got some pretty decent attacks this turn. Again, we have 7 total. 8 if you include the Creeping Peeper. So we could unlock both of these. We could go for a Glimmer Burst, which I think might be the correct play here. And unlock this one as well. I think probably just in terms of longer term card advantage, the right move is to open up this other Misty Saloon and hold up our Glimmer Burst. Go to combat, hit him with that. And we will go ahead and pass the turn here. Skin Ripper's back, baby! Maybe he's gonna go ahead and sack. Yep. And he'll get to ping something. I assume he's gonna kill our Creeping Peeper, which is totally cool with me. And Glimmer Burst. Some nice draws. That's great. Wow, very powerful draws. Yeah, I kind of want to just we can Meat Locker down his Skin Ripper, which will give us 4 mana left in our pool. We could even just round Diner. Oh no, we lost our Peeper, what am I saying? So we'll only have 7 total. Let's see here. We might even crack that open. I think we'll start with Meat Lockering the Sawblade Skin Ripper. Yeah, let's do that. Deck requires a lot of thought, it seems. We'll go ahead and get that from attacking us. Now we can go to combat, swing our flyers, get some pressure on. I kind of just want to play the Tunnel Surveyor here. These from Slumber is not too scary. Not too scary right now, or there's nothing that's too scary that I want to hit it with. We can always hit the Skin Ripper while it's down later. Yeah, right now we're just gonna try to grind him out in the air. He's going to Betrayer's Bargain us. Even people, oh, never mind, he's silver. I was about to say even people in bronze know to get removal. Yep, ping my Glimmer. Valgavoth's Lair. Not doing too much for us right now. So 7 mana total. I'd kind of like to go ahead and crack this, see what we get. We'll have an additional 2 mana to use as we deem fit. But yeah, let's crack this bad boy open. Get some draw. what do we care about the least here? Maybe this mountain. We can Valgavoth's a second plains, or maybe honestly another island. And then play the Piranha Fly and keep the pressure up. That seems like the right play. Playing this guy. Play Valgavoth. I'm gonna call this a blue since we have so much blue requirement right now. Alright, not that. And then keep the pressure going. Now he may start sacking stuff just to kill our Piranha Fly, in which case that's fine with me. I can probably kill his Skin Ripper next turn with the Cease from Slumber. And maybe put that into a Tunnel Surveyor and then just pressure. Ooh. That is good. That's very good. He's putting on the pressure here, huh? The question is, can we strike back first? We do have 2 pieces of removal, but we will not be able to get all the way through next turn. I'm okay with trading here. Man, this thing is just so crazy when you have Delirium. Okay, we can triple spell this turn, which is very nice. So I think we're going to go ahead and tap this down. Pretty please. We're gonna Seize from Slumber, targeting this bad boy. And then we're gonna Tunnel Surveyor. And then we're gonna swing in the air. Your move, bud. Ooh, gross. That is really gross in this deck, huh? He's gonna sack it to the Egotist. I think here we just do that. Taking 5 here, that's very unpleasant. Oh, does this? Oh, whoops. I forgot about the gain and lose 1 life. Well, hey, live and learn. Alright guys, I'm not gonna lie, this was a pretty rough draft for us. I made quite a few misplays that I think effectively cost us both of our latter 2 games. Our first game was kind of a non-game, and we did win that one. But hey, it happens. This is our first time drafting this set through Quick Draft, so let's keep it up and do some more. Alright, I'll see you guys later.